are top stocks to buy, top stocks to watch, and when will we do it? That's what we're going to be going over. Grab a pen and a piece of paper. Get yourself ready for the trading session. Remember, at the end of the day, whatever I say, please think for yourself. What's your risk tolerance? What's your goals? How do you want to execute? And then just execute that strategy. Turn off all the noise and execute that strategy. Only you can be the smart money of your own assets. Let's talk about what we did with the portfolio last week to get everybody caught up real quick. Okay. We removed positions last week since the risk monitor was red and we got to the end of the week with a confirmed red. I booked profit and cut losses on anything that was not, in my opinion, an idea I wanted to trade around the core. Okay. I removed CCJ. I removed all of the gold stocks early in the morning. We actually made money on Barrick. We exited gold early. We booked a huge profit in BTU. You want to know why BTU is not an idea I'm trading around the core? Because my base case scenario is Trump administration in China are going to work out some deal by early November. And so these stocks, these rare earth stocks that are totally overcooked right now, are probably done for the year. That's my guess. We made so much money there. I don't need it anymore. I want to focus on real earnings, real revenue, and not football ideas that are being kicked around by tweets. Okay. So this was a huge, we played this perfect. It went past my target. I'm out. And if you look at the leadership in the group, Ramco Resources, huge reversal week. Quad Use, huge reversal week. They're on my whiteboard. It doesn't mean I won't be back to them at some point. But to say they need time to consolidate and build a new base, I don't think that's a stretch. I don't think you have to be working in this business for 35 years to be able to see that, right? So those stocks are done for me, and thank you very much. We had a huge run. Okay, sold Core Natural, booked my profit there. I had to reduce my exposure here to MSOS a little bit, just making sure I've got the right size on. When the news comes out, I'll have size. I'll build it. Just got to make sure those positions aren't too big in the portfolio. Book some profits and organogram. Booking profits everywhere. Okay. Booked a little bit of gain there in Sprott. This time around, guys, the Fed's cutting rates. So listen to those statistics. Everybody's telling you AI's in a bubble. They were telling you that in 1996. The Fed went out and raised rates to 6.5%. And the market doubled from these levels, okay, during that period. So now take a look at what's going on today. People are talking about irrational exuberance. This is the time for me to share with you that chart that I kept forgetting to do last week. How fast ChatGPT got to, what is it? I can't remember the numbers. The trajectory of use, right? I think 800 million users. The trajectory of use of ChatGPT versus the internet. So the use has gone ballistic. It's happened wicked fast compared to how long it took for people to start using the internet. So before you get too bearish, before you listen to the noise around you, it's got to be rooted in reality. Risk monitor goes green again. There's no reason to question it. There's no reason to argue with it. There's no reason to say, well, there's irrational exuberance. Alan Greenspan thought there was irrational exuberance in 1996. The market didn't peak until March of 2000. Greenspan was raising rates and the market kept going up. We're going into a period where the market's, where the Fed's lowering rates. And next year, there's going to be a new Fed chairman picked by Trump. I mean, you see what I'm saying? So don't get too far out in the limb of negativity. When the risk monitor goes red, I have to express I'm defending capital. And I'm going to do it. But do I expect the market to crash here? No. My base case scenario I've been saying since it went red is consolidation before the next move higher. What am I holding to trade around the core? It's everything to do with the AI data center build out. Will there be concept stocks that skyrocket? They will. Go trade them if you want. That's your prerogative. My risk tolerance doesn't accept that right now. I don't need that right now. I want to focus on the real companies with real revenue and earnings growth, on the real explosion of AI. Not the guys that are making AI applications. They haven't figured out how to make money off of that yet. The guys that are selling the picks and the axes. And that's what's in our portfolio that we're trading around the core. Okay. So that means AMD. It means, we'll get to Cliffs in a minute. It means SanDisk. It means VRT. It means Dell. It means IBM. It means Micron. Okay. You want to put some names at the top of the list that I'd like to own? It means Cisco. Hey, how about this? How about this statistic? I just thought this was lovely. Dan Nows. We have not even reached 3 years since the launch of ChatGPT in late 2022. Nvidia's quarterly revenues are up just, he puts it in quotes, just 7.9 times since the end of 22 and the introduction of ChatGPT. Cisco, which became the most valuable company in the world during the internet infrastructure build out, saw quarterly revenues increase 15.5 times from the end of 94 to its peak. So people will point to Nvidia and say it's up too much, but it's just the beginning, and the trajectory of ChatGPT is faster than how long the internet took for adoption. Cisco's at the top of my list. How about this? Let's keep talking about Nvidia. Okay, here's Nvidia holding the 50-day moving average, building the second base in here, holding it. We traded it. We bought it here. We booked a profit. It's at the top of my whiteboard. Here's one simple reason why it's at the top of my whiteboard. The CEO of Nvidia said, Nvidia went from 95% market share in China to 0. 95% market share to 0. And the stock is trading at that price. If I told you Nvidia's revenue, market share in China will go from 95% to 0, and I asked you what would happen to the price of the stock, I don't think you would tell me it would be trading near all-time highs. Put the AI bubble in perspective, and it demands that we stay balanced in our expectations of market movement from here. If we take out the lows of risk monitor red, hey, there's more selling going to happen, and we're in position for that. But if it's a consolidation, which is my base case, and you see the breakout come, risk monitor yellow or green, I'm putting capital to work in these types of names. You guys have a wonderful trading session. And remember, at the end of the day, think for yourself and be the smart money.